Hey everyone, welcome to another battle report. I'm going to be taking on some Aeldari today. So I've been trying to set this game up, I think since April. My friend, he'll be here soon, but we're just filming to get ahead of schedule here. But we have been just trying to line up games. He works away and finally at home for a few weeks at a time. Our schedules have lined up, so very excited to get this game on. So I'm bringing a Hive Fleet Kraken. I really enjoyed how the last match I played with them went. So I want to give it another go, add a few different things, and just kind of mess around with some of the fleet and a lot of units that I just really come to like. So it is 2,000 points in my HQ slot. Of course, we got the Swarmlord as my Warlord. He has Psychic Scream and Paroxysm for his powers, 3 Tyrant Guard accompanying him. Then I have the Tevigon with the Maw Claws of Thrax and Adaptive Biology. So 2 CP spent right there for my Tevigon. Then in the HQ slot, finishing that off, I have a Neurothrope who has Synaptic Tendrils, Catalyst, and Onslaught for his powers. And then the Tevigon as well has, what's it called? Neuroparasite. No, sorry, actually, I put Psychic Scream on him as well. I have it on both of them just because I might be a little bit aggressive with them. And then the 3 Tyrant Guard. And then the Zoanthropes have, I think it was Catalyst in them, just on the off chance that they're not in range or anything, I can use their +3 and have him do something else, psychic action. So that's kind of the way I go with the Zoanthropes. So just kind of put a turn 1 power that I might really need off if they can't get in range of something. Then the Tyrant Guard just with the Scythe. 5 Tyranid Warriors with Adrenal Glands, Boneswords, and Deathspitters. 10 Hormagaunts, 10 Gargoyles, and 10 more Gargoyles. And then I have 8 Raveners. I have 2 more Raveners on my painting table right now, so getting them primed up because I want to run 2 units of 5, potentially want to get a 3rd unit of 5, or maybe just, I don't know. I love Raveners. They are easily one of my favorite units, and it's just so much fun to play, especially in Kraken. So obviously giving them a go, and I find with Swarmlord, they're probably one of my favorite pairings to go to. And then we got a Mawloc. My Trigon's working as a Mawloc. Then I have my Dimachaeron. And the Mawloc also has, what's it called? Hardened Biology, I think it is. It's the adaptive, not adaptive. Oh my goodness, I'm getting all my things mixed up. Anything with damage when shooting him, he gets +1 to his save. There we go. And then I have the Dimachaeron, who I decided to make a Synapse creature. So he's going to potentially be accompanying these guys as they launch forward, maybe. I'm not sure. But that way you can take advantage of all these Synaptic imperatives and just jump and romp around. Then we have a Tyrannocyte with Deathspitters, and I made a Dermic Symbiosis. So might throw the Warriors in. Maybe I'll throw in the Zoanthropes. I don't know. So we'll see how everything looks, and very excited for this matchup.
All right, so today I'm going to field Elfway, because Sacrificial Elves need something to do. So for HQ, I've got Eldred, and then I've got a Farseer, and the Avatar, because you got to have them. I've got 2 Fire Prisms. 1 didn't make transit across country, so it's proxied. 2 Wraith Lords, which again are damage from the trip. And then Hawks, Scorpions, Banshees, and for unit attacks, Scouts.
We're playing Tide of Conviction from the Nephilim GT pack. So in this mission, it sees deployment zones up the long edges on each side. 6 objectives in total. This is one where they're kind of offset a little bit, kind of weird, but I normally hate setting up the terrain for this table, but I'm really excited with the layout today. Some very cool fire lanes. Yeah, it should be a really good time. So the primary is hold 1, hold 2, and also you want to hold the objectives of No Man's Land. For the first, second, and third, and fourth turn, you get 2 points for that, and then at the end of the game, if you can hold your opponent's objective, you get 4 points as well. And you also need to hold your home objective to get that juicy CP. So looking at the table here, there's all kinds of very interesting sight lines, a few cross objectives if you're aggressive enough to push forward here, shooting across. That way, and even into the middle, you can safely hold some objectives, but there's some cool lanes through there, and as well straight down the gut. Some very interesting lanes, so going to be fun in how we position, and just the way these are kind of offset too. Should be a great time. And then Yeah, so that's the table. If you're not familiar with Basement Wargaming terrain we have here, if it's one of your first times watching, I'll quickly cover how we play everything here. So our terrain pieces like this, we just play straight down. If you're below here, if you're under the terrain, oops, kids knocked that off, just gotta glue it. So yeah, there you go. So if you're under it, you count as being in the terrain, then just, of course, just counts as runes with all that good stuff. These count as obscuring, and they are scalable. If you're on top touching it, you do get light cover, but that's all they provide. Same with this, same with the center pieces here. They aren't scalable, but you can go get some obscuring benefits. And then these runes are just kind of your standard runes. Footprint counts as being in it. Good to go. So that's the table we're playing on. We're going to roll up shortly, find out who gets to pick where, and then we'll come back after we have deployed. All right, everyone, so we have deployed here. So Tyranids on this side of the table. So take a look at my deployment. We got a Gargoyle unit there, some Zoes, and then we have Hormagaunts, Tyrant Guard, Swarmy, and then in the middle here is my Neurothrope spread out to Synaptic Link right across. Raveners, Tevigon, Gargoyles, Dimachaeron, and then my pod has 5 warriors in it, and the Mawloc will be coming up somewhere. And then in terms of secondaries as well for the Tyranids. So I went with Assassinate, Behind Enemy Lines, and Banners. So we'll see how that fares. And then over this way, we have Rangers, more Rangers, and then Fire Prism there, and then Fire Prism, and then the Farseer and...
It's a Warlock on a bike?
Warlock, okay. Magic Man, and then a Walking Warlock. The Avatar, Eldrad sitting behind him. Swooping Hawks, the Wraith Lords, and then...
Farseer's right in there.
Oh, there's the Farseer. Yeah, there it is. And then the Banshees, they're... yeah, he's still got a few more here. So while he's throwing them down, talking about the Eldar secondaries, they went with Behind Enemy Lines, Warp Ritual, and No Prisoners, which seems like a pretty decent choice considering how many bodies I have on the table. Yeah, so quite a bit to throw out there. Warp Ritual will be an interesting one with the objective here. However, there is the other pieces there, which should be pretty straightforward. So the Banshee's coming down over here, and then the old Scorps as well to come down. So the Banshees are very fast, high threat range with them. So I played against them before. Consensus is not a fan on the receiving end. So should be interesting. I'm thinking about launching the Dimachaeron over there. So while he checks that, we'll come back and see where they end up. And there they are. Yeah. So really hoping for first turn. So it should be a fantastic game. I think this is actually the first time in 9th edition we've had just pure Eldar on the channel. So very excited with this. Again, this is a match we've been trying to schedule for quite some time now. So should be a great game. That's all I can ask for. So right down to turn 5. That's always my hope. So we're going to roll off now. Of course, we got Ras Reach here showing some love. So big shout out to our patrons, Sarlinked and Teos. Thank you so much. If you want to become a patron, check out the video description for details there. So we're going to roll up here. Ras Reach, boom, boom. 5 to a 2. So Tyranids shall strike. He told me he's not redeploying. Wait, what's he doing? So he's going to redeploy them. We'll come back after turn 1 movement. All right, folks, so movement is done for the Tyranids. So over this way, everyone's advancing forward. Gargoyles coming up. These guys advancing, getting a nice 6-inch advance roll with the Warriors Guard. That he came up as well behind them. Threw a banner up there with the Hormagaunts. Spawned Termagants, they came through a banner there. Had to move the Neurothrope over this way so I could chain across Onslaught to allow my Dimachaeron getting the super fast jump forward with the Kraken strat so he can charge in, hopefully get at them. Banner thrown up from the Gargoyles here, and Tevigon had to move over to be the chain. Ravener's just moving forward, getting position, and that's it for movement. Let's come back after Psychic and shooting. Psychic and no actual shooting done, so it's pretty quick. So got Onslaught off here, Catalyst off there, and my Zoanthropes decided to be very mean to our guests here and did Super Smite followed by Ice 6 on the Mortal Wounds and took them out. They actually almost made all their Feel and Pains, which was really cool to see. So now the Dimachaeron's going to charge in here. Synaptic Lure is off, so hopefully I make this. If I don't, it's going to be bad. So we'll come back after the end of the turn. So the Dimachaeron came in. The attacks were pretty lackluster. Lots of involves being made. Then the chest attack came in big, killing 5 of them. Then 2 more ran to morale. So we got 2 left. And then also doing 6 mortals back to the Dimachaeron. Yeah, 6 altogether because that's 18. But thankfully the Feel No Pain came in huge there. So we'll pull that Onslaught away. And that is the end of the turn. So he is in the deployment of the Eldar, gaining me 2 points for behind enemy lines. But that's it for scoring. I will be getting some banners next turn. And no assassinating yet. Still got some characters on down. So let's head into Eldar, turn 1. All right, so movement done for the Eldar. So over this way, my Dimachaeron has target on it for some unknown reason. They tactically moved back. Prism came over here. Other Prism is sitting there because just say it. Yeah, that's how it is. Avatar's coming forward with the Warlock. Warlock, yeah, it's Warlock. Then the Wraith Lord's coming around with the Hawks, and then the who grabbed the objective there was the Farseer and the Banshees. That's what I'm trying to think of. That's it for Eldar movement. Let's come back after shooting and psychic. All right, folks, so that's the end of the Eldar turn. So shooting wise, both prisms fired in there with the strat that ignores my involves. He's down, and he tanked it quite a bit. He only lost 6 wounds from all that. Scorpion's actually charged in. There was 2. Did 3 more wounds to him. He swung back, killed off the other guy. Chest came out, did 3 mortals, and rolled a 6 for one of them for his Feel No Pain from Uthwi, and he's alive with 1 wound. And then rest of the story over here, the Hawks came down, obliterate them down to 2 guys, jumped up here. Then these guys here got shot and took a wound from the Scatterlators, so fared pretty well. Oh, and then a ritual going off from that Farseer, and then he used, what, Quicken, was it? Yep. And he came back. Yep. So that is the turn for Eldar. So let's jump into Tyranids. So Eldar gaining, they're definitely within, so you're getting 2 points for behind enemy lines. And let's jump into Tyranids. Turn 2. All right, folks. So movement is done. Yeah. So we're gonna get. You'll hear what I'm about to grumble about. Overall, things are not too bad. I'm sad about one thing. So scoring all 3 for primary for now. So Tevigon moving back, getting Synaptic Tendrils, going to smite up there. He's going to smite up there. Termagant's holding the back objective, scoring 3 for banners for now. Then over the side, Zoanthrope's going to smite up there. So hopefully just clear those Hawks off, get them gone, and move on from there. So Guard protecting here. They got the full rerolls if anything comes near them. Hormagaunts going up to sacrifice their bodies just to hold the Avatar and let me decide when I want to engage with it. I'm going to talk about that actually in a second. Over here, the Gargoyles came out still holding this objective, but getting position to move forward. Raveners getting the opportunistic advance over here to move forward, and then get Onslaught off, and then charge in. And then the Mawloc came up, didn't do anything, actually. Yeah, super upsetting. Didn't do a single mortal to all. No, sorry, I did 1 mortal to the bike guy. That was it. Dimachaeron, so this is why I'm grumbling. This guy, how do you have died? My drop pod could have came down anywhere here. Anywhere. Got some behind the enemy line stuff, no problem. Made a charge there, tied it up. But the fact he lived, I literally can't put it anywhere. The pod can come down, but my warriors will be stuck. It is super upsetting. So upsetting. Super awesome, he says. So the pod came over here, put them out. We're going to just try and get rid of one of them. So between the shooting and then their charge with Shardler, fingers crossed. Gargoyles jumped up, no one's offset, so I'm stealing that objective from him. And that's it. Let's jump into Psychic. So Psychic and shooting is done. I got rid of them, all but one of them with some good Psychic rolls. Stinger Salvo fired in the last one, took him out. And then for buffs, got Catalyst off onto the Zoanthropes, and the pod and the Warriors, and actually the Gargoyles contributing as well, dropping him down to 4 wounds on the front, and Shardler is off. I'm going to roll it on camera here. add some pressure. Then over this way, the Gargoyle is firing up, killing off one guy here. The Raveners were able to fire at the bike, who was outside of the vehicle, killing him off with some good rolling and doing 1 wound, I think it was, to the Prism. 2, and then we're going to do a multi-charge in both of them since we got Onslaught off on them as well. So I'm going to roll up the charge on camera here for the Warriors. This is the big one. So 3d6 charge going at them. So let's see it happen. Huh! Not going to do it. I'm going to CP that. I think it's worth it.
Yep.
Really want to just, the whole reason I was upset with them. Come on. Nope. Sad, but then he'll charge. Wait, yeah. Wait.
And is it a shield roll?
Yeah, we're going to do it. Cool. So, yeah, he's in, but would have liked the Warriors to get it, and then the Ravener is going to charge. Multi-charge over there, which is going to be a nice, easy charge as well. So I'll just roll it on camera, too. Oh, yeah.
Yep, definitely.
That's it for charging. We'll come back after all that. That is the end of the melee. Over this way, the Wraith Lord is down to, I think, 3 wounds now. 3, yeah, and my Tyrannocyte is down to 7. Raveners obliterated the Warlock and then did 2 more wounds, I think it was, to the Prism. What were they? My Dimachaeron is dead. That's all I'm going to say.
1980s out right there. 1980s out.
I'm so sad. But yeah, sure. I'm actually so sad. Getting 2 points for behind enemy lines with the Raveners would have been 4. Sad. But that's it. So we're going to jump into Aeldari, turn 2. All right, folks, movement is done for the Aeldari, so things are looking spicy. We got ourselves a great game here. Loving this. So the Prism moved over right there to look down a low lane. This guy did feigned retreat, blowing his last CP because he didn't get any this turn, thanks to my Raveners holding that objective. So all I need to do is keep at least 1 alive there, and I can control his point and stop another objective. Also got some characters on. Eldrad still chilling. Avatar coming back around this way to remain control on this side of the table with the Mawloc right there. So this section here looking a little bit better. The Banshees coming out got a charge to either go that way or potentially come around this way, depending on what they're feeling like. And then the Wraith Lord came around this way, ready to combat some Warriors. And this Farseer came over this way. So that's it for movement. We're going to go into Psychic and Shooting and see how it looks. So Aeldari's shooting is done. So I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 Gargoyles from the snippers up there. Prism shooting down the way at my Tevigon, missed both the shots. So Tyranid players rejoice, Aeldari players be sad. Over this way, I did lose my 2 Gargoyles, which was huge. Actually, just 2 wounds coming through to take them out, which would have been awesome having them alive. Lost 1 more wound on my Tyrannocyte from that guy in combat shooting. And then Raveners losing 2 altogether, I believe it was. Yep. And then the Avatar doing it was 7 wounds to the Mawloc. So Mawloc's about to get dead. And then I lost the 2 Raveners from him. So that's it. We got some charges to go down, and let's come back at the end of the turn. All right, that's the end of Aeldari turn. So the Banshees had a rough go in there. Only 3 remain after morale. 1 ran away, then 2 more ran away, only killing off 1 guard and damaging another. So very fortunate for the Tyranids. Also feeling pain rules coming in clutch. So can Catalyst. Losing 2 Warriors. In return, doing 4 wounds to it. And then over this way, nothing happened. They just kind of hanging. Over this way, the Mawloc got just sliced in half. Over here, though, I have 1 Gargoyle left after he killed all but 2, and then 1 ran to morale and 1 stuck. And I spent my last 2 CP to auto-pass morale on the Raveners. I want to keep all of them alive. So that's it for the turn. Let's jump into Tyranids. Turn number 3. All right, so movement done for Tyranids on turn 3. So over this way, Swarmlord's coming over to assist against this lad. Zoanthrope's coming over to hopefully smite off the rest of the Banshees. And where are we? There you are. Little Gargoyle fell back, took this objective back here from the Avatar. And the Raveners coming to take on Eldrad and hopefully kill off this guy with shots with these guys as the insurance policy to jump over there. Or potentially go there, I'm not sure yet. But let's move it. Let's jump into Psychic and... Oh, so Psychic and shooting done. Oh my goodness. Didn't kill him with my Psychic Screen. I'm in the terrain, I can see him through the window. Didn't kill his shooting. Moving on, a little bit better over here. Killed those off with smites. So bringing up my Tyrant Guard, who are sitting on the edge of that objective. And the Swarmlord's going to charge over this way. Dropped him down to 1 wound from the Raveners shooting. That way the Hormagaunts hopefully can make it in there. And then guarantee that kill with the Raveners coming in to take out Eldrad and get most of my character points. So that's that. We'll come back after the charging and the end of turn. So that is the end of the turn for the Tyranids. So over this way, the Wraith Lord dropped down to 2. Nothing happened here. The Hormagaunts finished off the Farseer. Raveners took out Eldrad and then tagged the tank there. And that's it. So the end of Tyranid turn. I don't have anything behind enemy lines. I don't think the Raveners, even with their Consolidate, I didn't move them in yet. I don't think they would have made it, but we'll double check that. But that's it for Tyranid's turn 3. Let's jump into Eldar. Turn number 3. So movement done for the Eldar. Does this guy have a name?
That is a Striking Scorpion Exarch.
That's just Exarch.
A random Exarch.
You better give him a name. So he's running over here now. Yeah, he's going to get this guy. I'm shook by that. So for the rest of the Eldar turn, what's it called again? The Fire
Prism?
No, the Strat for the fallback. Fire. Faint. Fire. Faint Retreat. There we go. I knew Faint was in there. So coming to get my Swarmlord for some reason. And then this tank coming up here does have a bead down through the middle as well. And the Avatar coming around this way to do some damage. So that's movement. Let's come back after some. So that is the end of Eldar. Turn number 3. So the Warriors ended up taking out the Wraith Lord over here. And he got dropped down to 1 wound, then hit back in with the exploding 6s because the Warriors consolidating over. Managed to take him out. The Avatar blended the Raveners, overkilling by too much for my liking with each wound. So killing them off, coming over this way towards the Hormagaunts. And that's it for Eldar, turn 3. So it's time for Tyranids, turn 4. Alright folks, so movement is done. Everyone's moved over here, there, and over here. And we're going to hopefully get rid of him with some more else. Hopefully, I have my Tevigon imperative active, so zipping everyone back fast, even on the low profile, with a nice advance roll, getting my 2 behind enemy lines. Tevigon just hanging on the objective. No matter where I go here, I won't be able to get a beat on him to get him. So that is that, and then the Swarmlord holding this objective as well. So we'll come back after. So that's the end of turn 4 Tyranids. So I charged the Avatar, dropped him down to 7 wounds now. Then my Warriors died in return. At this point, we are ahead enough on points, so no fear there. So we're just gonna chip him down. See what happens. So sad. Failed to kill the guy. I failed my Psychic Scream. No CP left from him. So the guy is still alive. Oh, goodness. So getting 4 for behind enemy lines. That's the mission objective I'm trying to think of. So let's jump into Eldar. Turn 4. Folks, so for Eldar turn 4, Fire Prism came up here. Other Fire Prism over here came this way, dropping Swarmlord down to 1 wound. So the big reason we are coming here, it's not the end of the turn. This guy's going to charge in there. He wasn't going to go for him, but he's got 1 wound, and then the Avatar beamed off one of them. So I'm going to make him roll this stinking Exarch on camera. Is he this legendary? Let's find it.
So how far has he got to go? Measure it for me.
We're measuring here. I'd say you need a 9 on the dice. We'll get you there. Maybe if you want to confirm the distance on that side.
Within 12? Yep.
So you get a bonus.
Yeah. Use for 12 inches? See what the 6 inches are not.
Alright folks, so here we go.
8.
I'm not going to do my action item.
Need a 9. We'll double check here just to be 100% sure because I was holding a camera and awkwardly doing that.
So...
Small.
Crew have ships in
Oh, that'll go.
Battle of the Gothic. Yeah, they go to World.
That'll do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he says.
Oh yeah.
No, I hate him so much.
7 exarch attacks. Coming your way.
Oh, we'll come back at the end of the turn. So he's annoyingly dead. However, he's got one move. I'm gonna roll this on camera. Rast reach. Don't fail me here. We're looking for a 6, exploding, killing him. I can't.
8 shots.
Oop. There it is.
Hitting on 3s.
That's the opposite.
8 hits. And
Ah.
8 toughness.
So he's gone. But that'll be essentially the end of the Eldar turn. I'll see if I can do a couple wounds here. Well, you're gonna kill him.
I mean,
But I can hit you first. So
roll so many times.
we'll come back. Alright, that's the end of the Eldar turn. My Tyrant Guard has fallen and done no wounds in the turn. So loads of Tyranids dead, but we played the objective game. So let's jump into turn 5, Tyranids. Folks, so that is the end of the game here. So that's the end of turn 5. This guy lived, annoyingly, but the 2 Gaunts lived. So all said and done, the Neurothrope lived with 2 wounds and lost a couple more Gaunts over there. But that's it. So final score is 94 to 24. We were just talking about it. It was a fantastic game. Loads of Tyranids dying, but playing the objective game extremely well, shutting down primaries early, and especially in a hold 2, hold 3 type mission. It is very hard to come back on after a while. So especially with the tier, even if this was, I guess, a hold 1, hold 2, I really had you off them almost the whole game, except this one. There was like that Farseer, but all said and done, it was a ton of fun. Eldar definitely out-killed the Tyranids, but held out quite well. So definitely, it was a fun list to play on the Tyranids end, playing the style Kraken list. I love the Raveners. They were definitely my MVP. Who would you say is yours?
Nope. Yeah.
He's already in combat.
Scorpion, 100%.
Or did you fold him back?
You sure?
No,
Yeah, that lone dude did a ton, clearing off this objective, and coming over here, finishing off Swarmlord, killing a Dimachaeron, and holding down that flank, and also him surviving as well. I mean, so I couldn't drop in. I would have guaranteed me a ton more points for bringing it down, or behind enemy lines. So definitely a brutal on the scoreboard, but shutting down the Warp Crafter, and that was all thanks to, again, the speed of the Raveners, pulling around, and just taking that back objective and clearing off 2 Psykers quickly, especially fast Psykers that can get in there and get out. So fantastic game. We certainly hope to have a rematch in the future if we can get the times line up when you're home next. But thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And we'll jump into the next video. And again, if you want to be a patron, shout out to Teos and Sarlinked. And if you want to get these custom objective markers from 3D6 Wargaming, you can click the link in the video description below. Help support the channel so you can get basic Wargaming ones or make your own from 3D6 Wargaming. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching.